Hi, welcome back, guys. For this podcast, we're going to be talking about empathy and forgiveness. We have Abigail Kinlock. Say your name.
Whitney Guidry.
Camille Rollins.
And yeah, let's get to it.
All right. So, do y'all feel like y'all know like the difference between sympathy and empathy?
Yes. One is, I feel, we went over this in class. It's like, I think it's sympathy.
Sympathy is like, oh, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, and then
is
empathy,
like,
I feel you.
bad.
Yeah.
I feel bad for you.
Yeah. So, do we need to get into more detail with that?
So, like, all right. So, do you feel like you empathize more? Like, you're an empathizer or you're a sympathizer?
I would think that I'm an empathizer, but now that, like, I've been in this class, and I'm like, oh, I'm really a sympathizer, because I'd be like, oh, I feel you, knowing dang well I ain't never been through that before. So, like, it's more like a pity thing.
Yeah.
What about you?
I feel like it depends on the situation, I guess, for me. Or, like, the person, I guess. Because, like, if you're, like, that sounds bad, but, like, random and you're, like, you know, you have stuff going on, I'll be like, oh, like, that sucks, you know, but I'm not going to be, like, hurt, I guess, feeling. Or,
well, you know, I feel like empathizers are more people, like, if I'd be like, man, girl, guess what, I just got cheated on. They start crying, like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry.
That's what, I think that's one more empathize, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not me, and that would never be me. I'm sure it's a great trait to have.
So I feel like sympathy is more mine.
I think sympathy protects my feelings more, because if I'm sitting here crying when you telling me what's going on with your life and you not doing the same for me, then I'm going to feel dumb. So I'm just let you have it. But I'm sure empathy is a good thing because you are connecting with that person.
And that's why I was like, I feel like it depends on, like, the person and, like, the situation, because there's a lot of things that, like, I've seen or been through, and I'm like, oh, like, I can relate, or, like, people can come, you know, talk to me, and I'm like, oh, yeah, like, you know, they kind of been there, done that. They're like, oh, you've already, I'm like, yeah. And some stuff's good or bad.
It's like a communication, recognizing emotions.
I empathize to a certain extent.
That's what I said, to a certain extent. I feel like on the person, the situation.
I ain't going to sit there and cry with you.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to cry, but I'm going to, like, feel a little bad.
So I guess that will, like, mark out how do you feel about empathizing with someone.
Yeah, even though, like, you ain't been through it.
Yeah.
I just don't. Like, I'm not in touch. Maybe I'm just not in touch with my emotions enough to be like, oh my God, like, I feel so bad for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, people go through things.
And I'm awkward.
I just be like, damn, so what you gonna do now? We grown.
Okay.
That's how I am. I'm awkward.
Beep.
Like, when they're crying, you know, I'm like, I want to give them a hug, but then I'm like, do I want to give them a hug? Because
do I give you a hug? Because is that gonna make you cry more? Like,
I don't know. That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
Would that be perspective talking or recognizing emotions? Staying out of judgment?
I just, I like to stay out of it. That
Oh my gosh, you like that? I don't know.
I can't take other people's problems on as my problems, because then I got to deal with your problems and my problems.
In certain situations, I feel like I can be perspective talking because, like I said, like earlier, I'm like, I do realize that I'm more like sympathy and then empathy. But when I did go through it, I would probably be like, well, I went through the same thing, and here's,
I feel like I'm more empathetic with definitely my friends and family. Like, if something's happening with them, of course I'm gonna feel it and be like mad and upset, or like just, But it's harder, I guess, with like random people and they're going through it.
No. Okay, forgiveness. Hey, Abby, this is targeted.
Okay.
Do you feel like you forgive others easily? Why or why not?
You had to call me out. Okay. This is how you know I've learned so much from this class, because I used to hold grudges. If somebody was to do me dirty, I used to hold grudges. I'll never forgive them. Like, if I see them walking, I'm like, look at what you, like, I remember what you did. I'm going to get you back. Mm-hmm. But now that I'm more mature and I've been through so much, I feel like it's way more easier to forgive somebody than to hold that grudge. Because, like, holding that grudge is like you were hating somebody. And that takes a lot of energy. So I do feel like it's easier to forgive someone. And then it's like a weight lifted off your shoulder. Like, closure, I guess.
I think I pick and choose the people who I want to forgive. Like, in all honesty,
Yeah.
like, say I'm talking to somebody, I'm really interested in them, and then boom, they hurt my feelings. I don't owe you forgiveness. Like, it may do something for me, and over time I might forgive you, but I don't owe you that. Like, I don't have to forgive you for what you did. So, like, we don't got to be friends, and we don't have to reconcile. You did what you did, and okay, I despise you for it. Like, I'm not gonna say I hate people. Like, there are people in this world that I hate, but there are people that I despise, and I can't look at them the same because of what they did. So no, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I forgive you. I don't. You're dead wrong.
Oh
like,
gosh.
oh no, you know.
What about you, Camille?
I agree. I would say, I guess I'm more of the forgiving type because that's why it goes back to the empathy thing. Because I can't stand when people are mad and upset at me because then I feel bad, and then like the forgiveness thing, I feel like you can do me so wrong, and eventually like I'm gonna hold that grudge, but eventually I'm gonna forgive you. Whether you know it or not, I'm gonna forgive you so I don't hold on to it because, like I said, it's easier than to hold that hate, and then like I'm not forgiving you for you, I'm forgiving you for me, so
right.
I don't feel bad and like have to carry that around, and it's no hate or wish you the worst or anything. Like, it's just like, oh, and then the reconcile, like I feel like we can maybe, be cordial, like, hey, pass each other some smile, whatever, but not like be around each other or friends or have that connection again and that bond. Like, it won't be the same.
Yeah, I feel like reconciliation is not for everybody. You don't gotta reconcile. I know a couple of people that I don't forgive them for what they did, and we'll never reconcile. We'll be cool.
You need to work on forgiveness, Whitney.
There's one person that me and Camille both won't ever reconcile.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Next question. Question.
I'm just saying. Okay.
This is true.
So
We're speaking the truth.
for the next question, can you forgive people that aren't sorry?
No.
No, you can't.
I feel like you can.
Wait a minute.
Why? Why? Am I
It's a certain
forgiving you for something that
situation.
you're not sorry
It's a
for?
certain situation that both of you guys know about me. It's dealing with my ex and what he did with another girl, and she basically never apologized, and she was like my close friend. I've already forgiven her.
But you wouldn't forgive her for y'all's, like, the benefit of y'all's relationship. You did it for yourself. Or y'all
I
friends?
did.
No, I'm not
But
doing
if you're gonna forgive somebody that's not sorry, you're doing that for yourself, not for the other person.
But why do I have to forgive? You not sorry for what you did, so I don't have no desire to talk to you again. Like, I don't.
Or to
Because
make
people
things
gonna do,
right.
people gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. Me
You're right.
forgiving you.
I guess it's just for my peace then. Like I said, I can't go my whole life
And that's my thing. I'm
holding
not
a
gonna let
grudge.
you. Whatever you did, I'm not gonna let it disturb my peace. It might disturb me in the moment, but it's not gonna disturb me for a long period of time. I don't like you, and that's okay. And I'm gonna move on. However, obviously, it's something that I can work on. I can't work on forgiveness of people, and maybe I need to start practicing that. I just don't have a reason to. Like, I'm not finna, like, with the quote unquote beefs I have with people, I'm not gonna reach out and say, hey, you know what, I forgive you. No, there's nothing to talk about.
Nobody's saying that, though.
But, like,
Are we gonna move past it?
Yeah, just
you did it. Like, I guess my thing is, you did what you did, and okay, that just shows who you are as a person, and that's who you're gonna be. And that's how I feel about it.
Do you practice well-being forgiveness?
Yes.
How?
Well, for me, a big thing with forgiveness is kind of just why I think it's so hard, and I'm more of like on the forgiving side, but it depends, I guess, like how Whitney was saying, because I feel like if you're not sorry for what you did, like I said, at the end of the day, you know what you did, everybody knows like right from wrong, and that's how I feel. So apologizing or not, I'm gonna forgive you for me, but I know you're not sorry, or like you don't deserve my forgiveness, so you're not gonna like hear it from me, or you're not gonna hear anything from me. I'm not gonna talk to you, entertain you, like, hey, no, nothing. But I do think I practice like forgiveness pretty well, because when stuff like that does happen, I try to reflect on it, and like I've been through worse stuff, like from like, family that I've had to forgive,
Yeah.
or like different things. So I'm like, I always try to just look at like the good of like people, look for the good in them, and like maybe why they did that, or like they have stuff going on, whatever. But at the same time, I feel like it's no excuse. So I'll just end up like, all right, I'll pray about it, or just forgive them eventually when I'm over it, and it's over with. It's done after that.
Okay.
And that will be all for our empathy and forgiveness. Like, comment, and subscribe. We have our host,
Whitney.
our co-host,
Camille.
and our co-host, Abigail Kinlock. Bye, guys.
Bye.